for startup. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And now I think we'll have some. Now when you talk about this startup, how the startup is going to be done, and how the startup has been done by a company, and I'm going to show you some startup done by some finalist student, and of course when you see that startup, you can get a lot of ideas. Okay. Now I think you're going to be able to see my screen. And I'll just start up. One second. See, I think
Yes, sir. It's
you
visible.
can see my screen. Yeah, it's visible. Thank you. So now we are going to see a motivational session of a startup. Okay. And when you talk about this, startup, as we discussed earlier, startup is a company having a novel idea, and then this is a temporary organization designed, to search for a repeatable and scalable business model. It means that there is a very basic model, then it will be that will be scalable to, what I can say, a business model, and becoming very popular. You can go for .com rule, and of course a company can be having a rapid growth, and a new and a small company will be the definition for startup. Of course, these things are very uh, very basic thing to get into the startup, but still now I'm going to show how startups are there in rural, because I started with machine learning, and then and I want to start up with examples how startups are there in Tamil Nadu. Okay. See how startups done by engineers have been done outside the world, and outside the what I can say, outside the rural area, outside the Chennai. Especially the startups are done by Chennai people more, but it is failed in Chennai people. The survey says that the people who do this startup in Chennai, they fail because they expect more thing before the startup begins. It means that they never want, they don't have any patience to wait and complete it. Now I'll show you some startups, okay, where you can see a lot of business ideas are there. I'll just share you. Okay, now I think you can able to see. This is one Facebook group because I want to share you very big startup by a lot of people, and there is a website called in Tamil Nadu, rural people are doing a lot of businesses. Okay, and this is called Facebook. Is that business panalam? See, this is one side. You can see this group is having a very big hit in the market, and all these things are career oriented by the what I can say people who who shares their business ideas. Okay, and you can see the website also. It's a very beautiful website. You can see a lot of examples. Suppose if you want to go ahead with the, what I can say, some tips, how to do this product, how many people have succeeded, and you can see this, how to do the business without, that is startup without any investment. So you can see this is a forum initiated by Chennai people, and especially this startup, you can see a lot of sharing ideas. Because when I say startup, people thinks that startup is something like that, everybody can start. But still, if you analyze the history of this, you can see this web page. Okay, a lot of postings are there, and how to start. You can see a lot of people are connected in this. You can see a lot of forum like this. You have a lot of web pages also. Okay, and when you talk about this, when you talk about this particular Facebook, and you can see a lot of companies are made their launches and how they were success. See, still I think you can see it's not a departmental store or something like that. You can see a lot of videos, and you can have a very big Telegram ID, and you have a Telegram group, and you can see the ads also posted in this. If you want to have a startup, now you want to have a startup, now you're going to make the ad, you can post this particular group. Only these people will what I can say will see. You can join in this way because I unremoved, and everybody knows how to join. It's not a very big issue. I'm with this okay, I'm with this group for several years, and this is the way you can make yourself discussions and all those things, about how to use the Facebook. But still people will not have about this. See, there is a lot of ideas. If you come across this particular business group, and I don't know how many people are aware about one more channel. A lot of channels are there, and you can share this channel. It is called Joe Stocks. I'll just show you. It is Joe Stocks. It is the Joe Stocks. See, it is only meant for how many people have succeeded in this. I don't know how many people have seen this YouTube channel, and it is only for the startups. Only for the startups. You can see the startups, how they had, how they have succeeded. Okay, and you can see this very beautiful channel. And this is a way you can see this. A lot of startups have been posted in this group, and you can see this very big people who has been success after doing a business. How they did it and all those things. You can get it a very clear cut idea. See, and this is a very motivational section which we required for any people who want to start up. See, you can see a lot of people how they have developed and how they have become an entrepreneur and what are the difficulties, and then you can able to see this. Just I want to make one particular video. I think I'll just open this. You can able to get it very clearly. I'll just show you once again, please. See whether audio is whether audio is clear. The audio of the video is clear.
Yes,
sir. Clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It is clear, sir.
You are hearing the video.
No, sir. I think video sound is not that audible.
Video, I don't know. Is there any option like that to share?
So you played in the speaker mode, sir.
Speaker mode. Where to do that? How to do that?
If you are having headset means you remove it, sir. If there is a voice which is hearing to you means that will be audible to others, sir.
It is audible to me only.
No, you remove the headset, sir. If you are inserted the headset. So mic should be non-position, sir. Sir? So mic should be non-position, sir.
Ma'am, wait, ma'am. ಇದು network problem நினைக்கிறேன் ma'am.
See, now it is audible.
No, sir. It is not visible now. Screen is not presented, sir.
No, that is okay. But can you able to listen the audio of the video?
No, sir.
Okay.
Now it is visible. No, not hearing audio, sir.
Oh, how to share the audio here? And it says that you are presenting to everyone. Click here to return the video call when you are ready to stop the presentation. No, it's not like that. Anyway, I'll stop it here and I'll show some videos. That's it. I can do. I don't know how to share this. If anybody can help me, I can make it, because in Zoom, we have an option for sharing this audio, computer audio. Of course, it is not there. I don't know. It's not there, or I don't know how to do it. If anybody can help me, you can do this. See, you can see this business. He's one more businessman. You can see lot of ideas you can get. Where we miss, where we fail. You can see this is a lot of business ideas. See, if you want to start a business, you can see a lot of ideas here. See, this is how they share their experience. It's a very beautiful channel, and of course, the CEO of and many college chairmen also has given their what I can say, startup business. If you go and see a beautiful presentation given by one chairman in the college which is near to your campus, it was a very beautiful presentation. How you came up from the startup, and of course how we started the company, how the investment was that, and how it was that. In short span, he was able to reach a very good height, and then you can see this, who was an indulgence and who started a college, and how he was very successful and breaking out all the people, these things. You can see this in videos, and similarly you can get a lot of engineers posting their ideas. Now I'll instead of sharing this video, I'll just go for one plan done by a student from Loyola campus. Okay, and Loyola campus, the person who was from fishery background, I think he's from Loyola College, an engineering student, I supposed to believe, and because I have a lot of business ideas, and then a lot of contacts, because my students have done these type of research, and I can able to share this to you. And wait a second, I'll just share one business model so that you can understand very clearly. Okay, please stay on the line. I'll just go to my studio so that it will be convenient for you. I think now you can able to get it very clear. Now I'll make my studio here, and see, this is a very very good business done by what I can say, done by the person from Loyola College. What he did, he is from the fishery family. Fishing, he is brought up from fisheries, and fisheries, and now what he did, in fisheries, that he's from what I can say, biology background, and I think he's from engineering background with biology, and I think biomedical or something like that. And what he did, and people know about the fish. People doesn't know how to how to uh, how to take the fish according to their disease. This is a very important aspect. You want to look into that. See, you can take your what I can say, fish according to your disease. See, this is the information we have been left out. Though we take fish, though we take a lot of fish, but still, no. For example, for heart patient, okay, heart patient, what is the fish they have to take, and what is the quantity they have to take? Okay, and if your diabetes, okay, even diabetes can able to cure by taking a fish. Since he is from the biotechnology and biomedical student, he was able to analyze and take the what I can say, proof with the journals. He has taken from proof with the journals. Now, the journals, the journals, the journals can show the importance of the fishes in fishery journals. Simply has taken the journals from the fisheries, what I can say, journals, and he was discussing, and he was seeing how many variety of fishes are there, and he studied a good problem is that fish, that people say that taking fish is bad. Some people say that taking fish is not suits for a heart patient. See, he has surveyed through the journal. Of course, we do journal survey for only what I can say, for our PhD work. See, this is a very interesting thing. He made a journal survey and identified from the journals which fish which matches for the disease with a proof. And he started collecting the fish where he can get. Now he makes his own business, an online business, and whoever orders, you can get it. And this is how he started this company. See, this is one startup. See, you can able to see that how the technology is used. Now, why I want to do engineering when I want to do this? Unless otherwise, you have a knowledge in biomedical. Okay, if you are having a biomedical subject, see how this subject is used to make plus your engineering degree. Okay, and then your what I can say, latest social media. See, this was the base for this startup. This was the very base for the startup. Okay, and because unless otherwise, any biomedical terms and journals, and then you can analyze, you create a chart, and you make a proof. Because when you want to sell these type of fish, what he was expecting from this business is that the startup was with the business, the startup was with the fish. Okay, the startup was with the fish. Okay, and now the fish, now everybody knows that the fish, but the novelty here is that, because the business starts with the novelty. Novelty is that you want to identify which fish suits for the which disease, fish related to the disease. Now he knows this, and he gets the proof from the journal. Now he kept this as a proof and started marketing this type of fishes for a higher rate, and the gain was very high. because his targeted audience, the targeted audience was the people with higher income group. Okay. And it was a very successful business. Within a short span of time, it has grown like anything, because some fish you can get it from Kerala, some fish you can get it from Nellore, some variety of fishes you can get it from Chennai. And he made a bias in that area, and the fish comes to them, and he gives the order, disposes the order to all the people who orders in the previous day. And this is a very beautiful business. You see, what is that? The startup here. The startup is that everybody knows about the fish, but they doesn't know how to use it. The startup is that not making a very big thing. Okay, not a very big thing. I want to do a product. I want to do a thing. It's not a very big thing. See, the thing is that you find out the problem. The problem is that the fish is a good medicine, but still we doesn't know how to make this fish match with the disease, and that is the problem. That how he has taken, because he has educated from an engineering college, and he knows that he has done survey in the journal, keeping that survey as a base, and he started this business. So this is a very beautiful business. He can do it. And now we'll once again go for the since our topic is related to the startup with the machine vision. Now I'll give some machine vision based companies, startups. Okay, I'll give startups in machine vision. Okay, and it means that machine vision. Okay, machine vision. Okay, and then I'll give some examples of this machine vision. What is that examples of machine vision? Is that how people have started in machine vision, successful stories. And I have a lot of companies in Chennai itself. You can see a lot of companies in Chennai. And in Chennai, there are very small companies. Of course, if you want to make a startup for Chennai machine vision company, I said earlier, you need only 20k rupees. That's enough. 20k thousand is enough. The thing is, after investing 20k, you can have nearly 1 crore to minimum 1 crore to 2 crore per order. Okay, per order. How come it is possible? Where it is possible? Now I'll give some examples of machine vision. Now, anybody is there in the line, and which area you want to have this startup? Because I have a lot of ideas in the machine vision, and of course you can notify some area. What do you mean by area? The participants who are there in the list, maybe even students or teachers who are maybe you can give the area. I can post it in that area. If you want in chemistry, I can give area an example of startup in machine vision in chemistry. If at all you want in textile, you can give it. If at all you want to have in what I can say, in leather factory, you can have this machine vision startup. And anybody is there to answer my question? In which area you want, I'll just give an example. That will be good, I think so. Anything? Anybody is interested in any area? I think how many participants are there? I think 17 people are there. Nobody is there to give idea, which area you want. What, Professor Dr. Punguli, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Which area you want? Which area you want example of startup? Don't you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which area you want?
I think.
So I'm going to give an example of a startup company. Which area you want? For example, chemistry, biology, something like that, food industry, something like that, gold, metallurgy, and all those things. No idea?
No idea, sir.
Thank you. Okay, I'll give one example which is not related to electronics. Machine vision in what I can say. I'll give one startup idea in what I can say in leather industry. You just make a survey of that leather industry, okay, and from that you can able to get a beautiful idea about how the startup can be done in leather industry. Now, when you talk about this, I'll just make it. See, in leather industry, if you go to Ambur, Okay, if you go to Ambur and if you go to Vaniambadi, you know, okay, Vaniambadi, you know, you can get all type of shoes, woodland shoes, woodland shoes of cost around, which is cost in online about 5K. But if you go to Ambur and Vaniambadi and you get it for 1,500, even 2,000, not more than that. That's all. And many people think that they are making the woodland duplicate in Ambur. Many people think that this is a real story, because I think this was done in the year of 19. I think I have done this project in the year of I think 2004 or 5. Before my PhD started, I did this project, and it was done through VIT and the Belur Institute of Technology. I think one Srigant, I think so. One professor is there, is in the mechanical department, mechatronics, and they were interested in what I can say. They were really interested in doing some project for those areas, you know, because that area, Belur area is very near, you know, Belur area is very near with a lot of industries, and especially and when you talk about this, you know, this particular company, you know, were in contact with the people and they were having a problem. What is that problem? Is that you can make it in a simple way? Is that if a company, okay, you take one company in shoes company, because don't think that in Ambur all are made as a duplicate. They doesn't have any idea of making the duplicate products. They don't have any idea. It means that how that product has been come out, woodland shoe, you know, how that woodland shoe has came for 2,000 rupees, and we think that, you know, the duplicate is there. We normally think that woodland shoes are from other countries. No, all the woodland shoes are from only Ambur, but still that is a very pathetic news. So it's that the outside woodland same shoes are available in the market. That is a very pathetic situation. Not that it is not that, you know, it is not that it is not that I can even say that a lot of loss were there in the shoe industry. I can say that there is a loss in that shoe industry, and I can even say that the loss was very drastic. And how the loss has appeared, that is a very big story. You know, then I'll make it. You know, if you take a company called, I think I don't remember that particular shoe company name, but one shoe company, okay, and they were having the production per day 1,000 shoes, okay, and they make the shoes and the label will be given from the company. It means that Woodland will give the label. Label will be coming from the company Woodland label. In all the shoes, they make the Woodland shoes in Tamil Nadu, and it will be exported. Okay, and now in these 1,000 shoes, only the shoe which is go for the company online was only 30%. It means that it will be only 300 shoes will go. Okay, it will be clearing the quality check. Okay, whereas okay, now in that 30%, the first grade and second grade will be there. First grade and second grade will be there. Even in woodland shoes, you know, you can see that in woodland shoes, some the same variety will be low discounted price, some will be the higher the price, because in that 300 shoes, you know, there are classifications, and that is what you can see that in the online what I can say woodland shoes and the shoe. Normally the discounts are given in shoe companies, you know, discounts are given in shoe companies in two modes. Is that the first mode is that old stock or the quality, which after receiving the product they have a one more quality check because it has been delayed or something like that, and the delay is that you just keep as a old stock. It color changes, or models are old, something like that. And when you talk about this, very important thing. One more basic problem in that particular business is that the stock will be everlasting in one single place. That is also very important thing, because customer buy that stock. For example, North Indian taste is different, South Indian taste is different, Chennai taste is different, and then rural side taste is different. So that particular stocks and all will be sold out in a form of discount. This is how the things are happening. Now when you talk about this, when you talk about this stocking, one more thing we have to deal is that you waste nearly 7,000 shoes, 700 shoes. See, this is a very big pathetic situation. This leads a company to very big loss. Now these shoes are given to the second graded company. Second graded company is that some duplicates, same like Woodland shoe, you get some shoes. These people will take it as a scrap, okay, from those shoes company, and they'll keep their own label and they say that it will be better than Woodland shoe. This is how the model comes. Not that every shoe company will make a duplicate product. See, you get in even in vehicles, you see that some vehicle parts, brake shoes of Honda, brake shoes of TVS, they say that it is a duplicate part, not the original company. It's not like that. See, no company will make a duplicate for one branded company. If that is the case, he will put a case on that particular production unit. Nobody can able to do it. Still, the material which has been disqualified in the quality of section, that will be taken by the third party and as a scrap, and they'll give that as a low cost price. So this is how the product comes out as a duplicate. Not that sometimes there are some duplicates that is there. Don't think that duplicates are not there, but still it depends upon the company, And normally, if you take that type of duplication, you can see this in medical. In medical duplication is real. Medical. See, the tablets are being dumped. Even they make their own tablet, because recently we had seen that the outdated medicals are repacked, and it has been sold out. And in medical you have a lot of duplicates. I think especially in hygiene, because normally all the people will have a basic problem of digestive problem. That digestive problem, they take Digene, and then they take Digene tablet, and then these Digines are made at the home as a duplicate, because this you cannot able to find out. Okay, because the reseller will be a normal person distributing, and he will change the product, he will sell it, the same name, same brand, he will sell it. Company will not know about it. See, there is especially in India, you have these type of duplicate medicines, and that is what you have to buy a medicine with the branded hospitals. But of course, we never go for branded hospitals, because we think that the cost is high, because in local medical shop these branding will not be there. That is what the reason Apollo Pharmacy came. That is what the reason your MediPlus came, because they are the branded shops. They know that, because these things you cannot reveal out in the market, and nobody will go to the shop. But of course, you go for these standards, even in the and of course their company rejected item will not be their duplicate, but here the company items will be will be made as a duplicate. I think you can understand. See, when you talk about this, I'm very clear in this part, is that the duplication is not done as by the third party. It is only the product which has been disqualified in the quality, and that has been taken as to the market in a form of duplicate, or the same pieces in a different name. And this is how the market goes, because we had a very big analysis in Amber, and we found this, because before going for a project, we want to analyze the study, and we want to understand how the people feels, what about the shoes and everything. Now, what is the problem here? How to make this rejection ratio? It means that when you talk about 700 shoes are rejected, and 300 shoes are accepted, how to reverse this process. Now we had a very big study what happens to this process, and we went to some what I can say leather factories and shoe making industry, and finally we have gone through some cutting stage. There the problem starts. See, when you take any animal, the leather sheets will be like this. For example, see, this will be your leather sheet model. This will be a leather sheet model because these are the leg region. Okay, for any leather, this is the leg region. And what the pattern master will do, this is the down region. You mean that down region is that, it is the below the body surface, this where you take the milk from the goat or what I can say cow, and these are the down regions. Okay, this is the top region, that is the backbone region, the bone region of any cow or any goat or something like that animal. Now that pattern master, what he does, for cutting, what he do, he'll cut the middle part of this leather, thinking that these will not have quality. Okay, this will not have quality, but and only this particular region will be taken for the making the shoes. Okay, now other region they'll make it for some other belt or something like that. Here the problem starts. What is the problem? See, pattern master is not given a tool to check the quality of this particular region. This particular region, whether it is having any minute what I can say pores, or the layer is somewhat thick, because animals will have some sort of infection or some sort of weak layer of skins, and that you cannot know by looking and by visual interpretation. So here the problem is that if a shoe initially, now if you take this square piece, now if I take this square piece, now this is having a weak surface. Now this is a weak surface, I marked as a weak surface. Now this weak surface, when it goes for many chemical processes, then and it makes into form of shoe. Okay, this same thing, after going for several treatment, heat treatment and all those treatments are there, cleaning, chemicaling and all those things, the small weakness area, this is a weakness area, will become a hole. Okay, will become a hole, and this is the major part in the quality. Sometimes the stitching may be different, that is different stitching. Okay, when go for machine stitching, the stitching will have double stitching and all those things. Also it's a default problem, but that stitching can be improved. We can make an alert by making an expert supervisor, stitching can be done corrected, but these things is not able to correct it. So what we did, how to solve this problem, we made a pattern recognition system through image browsing. What we did, and in the table, now this is the pattern master table, and wait. And this is the pattern master table. I think it will be in a slanting because they'll have cutting like structure. Now we kept a camera. Okay, we kept a camera, and we made like this. We kept a camera. Okay, camera, and you can see a display unit here with a computer system. Okay, and okay, pattern master will have his cutting here. Master will have the cutting here. See, now the piece will be the leather piece will be kept here. By seeing this camera, by seeing the screen, and don't cut this area here itself, you can able to rectify nearly 500 shoes, because the weaker area which you cannot able to see, because you see some hole, is very easy to identify, whereas some weaker area which you cannot able to see by the leather, it needs more specialized tools. No, so what we did, we used machine vision matrix camera, camera of analog version, and analog version. I think we have used this camera, and we made a very simple software. Not a very big work. Not no, we do it in research. Very very big algorithm. Nothing is there. Very simple, very basic pattern recognition algorithm has been made. We made a lot of database, and we kept into the database, and from that database where the pixel is different, that pixel, and that pixel is being taken as a count that that region has to be removed. So here what happened, once the pattern master is being now given an idea from the monitor, for example, this is your monitor, and now you have your what I can say, your table, now you have your cloth, now the cutter sees that the cutting person sees this is the area, damaged area, it will become a damage. This is it's a type of prediction system. So what he will do now, he will cut only the remaining area, this will be rejected out, okay, and this will be taken for the shoe making. See how a very small problem is being made into a very beautiful concept of machine visioning applied, and really I think nearly they have improved their percentage to 500. It means that previously it was 300 failures, now the success rate was 800 shoes. This is a real-time project we done. Of course, even the quality of leather also you can able to do it. See, this is how people do this. The machine vision companies. See, like this, you can apply your lot of image processing application. Now, I'll go for one more application and machine vision. You can able to understand. See, if you want, you know that granite companies, granite companies. See what the granite company will do, they'll try to buy an hill area, okay, hill area. They drill the rocks, they cut the rocks in the slices for granite stones, okay. See, in granite, there is a very big problem. It's a very beautiful business, very large type of income business, and a lot of people have lost their business because of this granite. They think that the stone will be very beautiful. The color, when you polish it, the color has to come in a different, what I can say, color and the shape. And the shape, I think you will cut it. But the color is a very important thing for the business in granite. People thinking that the next flat, next area who bought it, they got a beautiful color. They'll buy this particular rock. But when they do a huge investment, more than 2 crore or 3 crore, when they cut that rock, that will not have a very beautiful color, or the rock will not be able to use as a granite. And now I think 10 years before, this is a very big issue, because people invest huge amount because they doesn't know, after buying, then after digging, then they buy the rock, then they cut, for cutting they send it to other countries, and they do the polishing, and all those things will happen. And after seeing the color of the granite, if it is not into the required taste of the customer, or not in the appealing effect, automatically it is a total loss. Now the people who invested in granite, they reach the top level, sometimes they reach at the bottom level, and that becomes based on the decision. Now how to solve this problem? See, now what they did, they made the satellite image, okay, hilly area satellite image. They taken the satellite image and they studied their rock area. Okay, they studied the rock area. This is one more startup, you can keep it up. And of course, this startup has been there in Chennai, in Tharapakam. It is called Geofini. Geofini is a company. In that company, this particular work is done. That is also one startup company which has been started, and then it has been acquired by American Megatrends company, and they bought this company. These are the examples. So far we have seen some startup ideas, but still we want to have some idea about how the machine vision startups are being started. Because in last session we are discussing about the what I can say, startups in medical imaging. Okay, now when you talk about this gem granites, you can apply in rock also. In rocks, you can apply it anywhere, textile, rocks, something like that, in medical and all those things. If at all you want to have a very good startup idea, how these things are being done. I think last class we have dealt with something about, last session, we were dealing with medical startups, a website called medical startups. Okay, whereas when you talk about this, you can have one more area. It is called iMedical app. iMedical app. See, app is a very beautiful website. I think I'll show this. You can see a lot of image processing applications. By seeing that, you can have an idea how to start based upon your medical app. How can you make your startup? Okay, I'll just show you. So you can see the medical apps. So you can see this. This is one beautiful app, and you can see a lot of apps based on specialty. I'll just show you some dermatology. Dermatology will have a lot of apps. Uh, see. So this is what one app. Boston Medical Center launches teledermatology services for diagnosing skin conditions. See, this is how they made it, the app, and who has invented this app. You can apply it. It's totally free. Okay, it is totally free for using this app. It is available in Google Play Store, and then you can see this view terminology. I think you can install this app, and this is an app. You can see this how it is used. Okay, then you can see some apps. Wait, I'll just take some other app based upon specialty. Radiology, you can see a lot of apps. See, this is how one more app. I think I can run this. This is one more startup. Of course, you will not get the audio. I'm very sorry for this, but still, I'll show this. Okay. See, I think this is a very beautiful app. Like this, lot of apps are there because when you go for any what I can say radiologist, the radiologist will even miss that particular bone because every time there is a problem with the radiology. The radiology, every time radiologist will not face the same failures, and sometimes he may miss. For example, I can make it like this: if I'm continuously reading my subject daily, it's okay. Sometimes I never have a very big break on that particular area. I'll forget it. In same way, there is a problem with the doctors. There is a very big problem with the doctors. Okay, and that can be done with the image analysis. That can be done with app. Now what happens? Doctor will try to upload the image, and that image will go to the other images, similar images where the fault. It marks the parts idea because you may not able to remember which area because if you take For example, if you take one particular, I'll just make it like this. See, now when I take like this, a body, there will be a lot of naming for each organ. Even doctors will not know that because they wrongly diagnose. Because why this is happening? For example, in radiology, this is a very big mistake happen in the what I can say, in the medicine. See, doctor right hand, left hand. Okay, now I don't know which bone is that, which bone is that. If the radiology marks that particular bone in a wrong way, because radiology only knows about the bone, because general medicine knows the exact location. Surgeon has to be given the location. Okay, see, you make it like this. When you are going to construct a building, okay, the planner or the architect knows the plan. Okay, the engineer knows where to put the column because the diagram is there in the hand. Okay, automatically what happens, the mason will try to dig the what I can say, a hole. See, if there is any mistake in the construction, it starts from the architect to the engineer and then to the person who works, digging on all those things, civil engineer. See, that becomes a very big issue. Okay, in that in that in that cases, you have to be very clear is that three are involved. Similarly, what happens, a doctor, if you want to cut this region, okay, a bone, no, he'll give, radiologist will give the name of that particular region, and general medicine will confirm this, that is the region, and surgeon will try to go and cut because he'll plot it, and general medicine, general surgeon will be there, and he'll be given this. How the operation goes. If the radiologist makes a mistake, instead of this bone, some other bone, by cutting you will not be knowing it. That is a very big issue happening in the field of medicine. Now, if you see that what is the mistakes happening in the medical, and you'll really feel very bad. Don't think that the other departments are doing, whereas the medical department is doing a very beautiful work. No, a lot of missed surgeries are happening. What is that happening in the missed surgery? Very simple. I can put it in a simple way is that sometimes in hospital, after doing the surgery, some items will be kept inside and they'll stitch it off. So many like this, 3% of the people die after the surgery. 3% of the people in India die because of the wrong surgery, which is not known to them. And infected. What I can say, because of infection, you have nearly 3 to 5% of people die because of the injury, surgery. See, these are the hidden things happening in the medical field. See, what happens, how to avoid this? See, when I go for surgery, this happened in many colleges also. Many colleges, mean the medical colleges. Because why I'm saying medical colleges, when the surgeries are happening, many students will be there. Many people will be watching. In that area itself, a lot of mistakes have happened. Sometimes, the scissors are kept inside the surgery. Sometimes the needle will be kept inside. The needle which has to be thrown out of the surgery, that will be kept inside and the surgery will be completed. So there is no any solution to identify. And after 10 years or 20 years only, they identify it. If you go for other doctor or something like that. Similar way, this particular surgical equipments, surgical equipments needs a lot of infection to be removed because they use repeatedly same scissors. Infection from one surgery is not been properly done, and that becomes a very big issue. So, for example, if you go to any big hospital, there will be a sterilizer. Sterilizer is an instrument, it costs around 4 or 5 crores. No, it will be just like a boiler like structure, and every surgical equipment will be kept inside, and that will have a steaming process, and then watering with the high temperature, and some chemicals will be rinsed, and then this is the process. But still, after infections have been transmitted, now only we are talking about the COVID and all those things, okay, but still we are not able to understand that this particular problem can be affected from the cloth, coat, sometimes, in many hospitals, some hospitals, they make some hospitals, they make their old coats are not been sterilized. By that way, the infection has been spread. Now only we are talking about COVID spread and all those things, but it is a very old thing for the doctors, because some of course they call it as PP, personal protective equipment. Sometimes, they have some material which will be infected. Sometimes the surgery is being done from 1 hour to second hour, continuous surgery. The infection from the first patient to second patient, and second patient to third patient, somehow it spreads out. Okay, these things will not be known. Of course, after 2 years, after 5 years of the surgery, then only people will not know normally. But the person would have been dead, and we feel that because of that particular reason, that person would have been dead. It's a wrong information, because after anybody has been dead, we never go for identification. What is the reason? If you go for that, you can identify a lot of mistakes from the medical field. See, these are how many things are happening, but there you need a quality, and I think the people you can apply with image processing. In image processing, in the surgical room, okay, this is a surgical room. You can keep your thermal camera. Okay, you can keep your thermal camera. Okay, and the thermal camera can suggest the doctors to give an idea whether the room is totally uninfected or infected, or the surgical equipments are being infected. But still now we don't have these type of systems. Okay, and these type of systems are not available in India, and you can think this is a problem, how your image processing can be made an application, and especially for a startup in that particular area, because startup is that comes with a novel idea. So these are the many things, you have to give a very clarity on that particular part. See, when you go for a very good startup, I can give a lot of startups in this way. When you talk about one more startup in Scarf, sir, behavioral analysis. See, behavioral analysis. In behavioral analysis, you can do one more product. What is that product? Is that children with autism? Of course, we did it in the, I think, very near to Punamalli. We have one autism children, and that has been published in many clinical and experiment journal. What it did in autism, autism is that hyperactive child, because hyperactive comes, because, the children are not being allowed to play outside. They are kept in a room and they continuously watch the television, and then you have a lot of problems because of their way of parenting. The child grows are not being properly guided. In that case, these type of hyperactive nurses comes. The medicine drugs given to them, drugs given to them is based on your ABC. There is ABC certification. It's called repetitive certification behavior for any drug induced autism children. So if the behavior is more repetitive and per day, it shows that the drug is being induced more, because if the drug is induced more, then automatically the organ will be failed. And if you take drugs are less, then similar way the drug will try to influence the disease more. This is a very big problem. See, I can put it in a simple way, is that you just keep a normal line of thinking, baseline of thinking. If you go to doctor, if you have a fever, for example, if you have 99 degree to 100 degree, what doctor says, you take a tablet of paracetamol, what I can say, 650 mg. Okay, 50 mg. This is how they do it, and they will instruct you. If the fever is not controlled, every 4 hours you put 550, not morning and evening. Okay, you can take every 4 hours. And this is a very common thing doctor will suggest you. Ever you thought about it? Why this has been said? Because the level is increased. If the paracetamol intake is increased without prescription, it will spoil your liver. Even a small paracetamol has a very big effect. It has to be matched with the. It has to be matched with the temperature and the tablet. Temperature and the tablet should be matched. And if you are mismatching, automatically the side effects will come. It is called ADR, adverse drug effect. It's a very big area. You can see this. This adverse drug effect area is a very big area. CTS is doing a very big job in this, and many Accenture is doing a very big, because CTS, only CTS is doing only the programming. No, they have a very big pharmacovigilance company. It is called pharmacovigilance company. Okay. See, the pharmacovigilance companies are failed to get in certain areas to understand how the drug dosage should be given to a person. The prescription will be advised by the doctor, not directly by the doctor, by the pharmacologist. From that pharmacologist, physician will do that prescription and he will check. For example, if a pharmacologist says that no, you can prescribe this drug, because they do some chemical testing, and based upon that they say that 150 mg is normal given for any one child of 8 to 12 rebellious. And now the doctor will prescribe this, and he will check the feedback, then he will change the dosage, and they'll get the feedback. The sales representative, they'll get the feedback, he'll write the feedback, how the tablet is there. By that way, they change their chemical composition. This is a very big process happening in the field of medical. Now, the very simple is that, what you take, what is that going to do? The same thing happen in diabetes. In diabetes. See, if you say diabetes, there is a simple ethical or thumb rule. What they say that, if you have diabetes, your kidney will failure, your liver will be failure. Okay, liver will be failure. See, it's not that because of the liver will be failure. See, it's not that because of the diabetes, because adverse effect of taking the tablet. See, for example, you say that you say, according to India, at the age of 40, 30% people are not identified with the diabetes disease. Do you think that those 30% are affected by these type of diabetes? No, because the dosage of tablet, variation in the level, and that leads to the damage of the organs. This is an adverse effect, and that is what the many papers are saying. So that is what the reason, diabetes people have to go for regular checkup, but we don't do that. And normally what we think, doctor, sometimes we get more faint, or sometimes we feel very bad, when that only you go. But actually diabetes has to be gone regular to the doctor, because to correct the dosage level. Okay, and because sometimes your diabetes is very low, your tablet will be more. Sometimes diabetes will be high, the tablet will be low. See, some equality is not maintained there. Of course, for fever, you do it because you keep your thermometer in the mouth of a person and you check if it is 99, the fever is continuous, then you make every 4 hours the tablet. Same thing has to be done for all the disease, but we are not doing it. That is the reason the diabetes starts. Okay, now you understand what is the by adverse drug effect. Now, the child with the autism behavior has to be monitored. See, based upon this repeated behavior, how far your drug can be prescribed, and that has to be done. But we don't have any system. Now you can keep any camera and you can monitor the child, and you can identify which child is having more repetitive behavior, and their tablet has to be equalated, and that advice has to be given to the doctor. Now this type of a company can be started with the medical application, especially in what I can say, image processing, especially in thermal imaging. And this is how the startup ideas comes up. Okay, so you can talk about many ideas. Very beautiful ideas are left out. And of course, teachers has to, faculty members has to think in such a way that how far your projects is going to useful for the society, and that gives the idea for startup, that gives the idea for the patent, that gives the idea for the funding. See, that is how we have to make it. That doesn't mean that you want to make something very big. It doesn't mean that you want to have 4 or 5 algorithms, 10 algorithms. And that is not required. Okay, that is not required. Even paper publications also is done based on small, what I can say, very small ideas. I'll show some reputed journal, a journal called Nature. You can see how they are taking the problem, because when you talk about the problem, you have to refer the journals. Now, that is what the reason we are making the students to get through the journals. Okay, you are given, you have seen one journal called Nature journal, and if you publish one paper, that is a very big achievement. It's a final achievement for any teacher. If you go to ask any Harvard University professors, they'll say, if I publish one paper in Nature journal, and when you publish one paper, that becomes the lifetime achievement for any faculty. Of course, this type of achievement, it's an inimaginable for any teacher, and that is how the things are happening. Now, when you talk about this, I'll show you some research problems done by the research people, especially in Nature journal. You will really feel whether these things are a real problem. Okay, you can see this Nature journal. Very simple thing. They do a very simple thing. Nothing is there. Very big items have been done here. See, this is the Nature journal. I think there are some beautiful publications. these are the wait, I'll just take it, because something if I give it beyond understanding of your area, that will become a very big problem. It means that it should be to the engineering standard, because it will have some you have a very beautiful bone research journals. There are some course I want to take some beautiful very simple, because if it is so medical, it is very tough to understand. That is what I'm trying to take some other which is very simpler manner. And, actually I have seen one particular what I can say, one particular research. It was very very nice. Of course, you people are used to see about your what I can say, IEEE. If at all you want to do something about medical and then all those things, you can get into this type of journals. A lot of articles will come. Of course, many people never do this. Only people from IIT are using this, I suppose to believe, because everybody in engineering college, they are doing with IEEE, but not like this journal. See, you can see this, a very beautiful near field cavity optomechanical coupling system in a compounded semiconductor nanowire. Of course, I'll take a very simple example. Weighted picogram aerosol droplets. I think this will be very useful to you if I show this. See, it's a very simple project. It's a very simple project. It has been published, aerosol droplets, CO2, CO, carbon, and all those things are there, and that is being taken. This is it's a very high. If you want to get Nobel Prize, you have to publish one paper in Nature, and that is the basic formula. We have it. So you can see this. This is the experimental setup. Aerosol is that the CO2 particle or something which is coming out. They just give their light. They take their light. They analyze with the signal. That's it. Very simple thing. Not a very big thing. They have done it. Okay. And they analyze how far the droplet. For example, if you take a droplet, what I can say, for example, a nano or a droplet, or you can take any droplet of chemical and you just send the rays and you see that how it behaves for this. That is what, how far the angle is deviated, and that is how they do it. This is what the optical balance. Now I'll just show you the you can see this here. We propose an optical balance of mass measurement of optically trapped aerosol particle. I'll just show you what in my aerosol particle. The research was very simple. See, the aerosol is a suspension of solid particles or liquid drops in the air or other gases. Okay, and this is called aerosol. Now, see how the problem is done. Very simple. Yeah, they have taken one chemical and it has been made as a gas. For example, and that gas will be focused with the light of X broadband light, and you analyze the spectrum and you take the difference. This is a very simple thing. If we give us this as a project now, it can be published in higher end journal. No algorithm is there and nothing is there. You just see it. Nothing is there. Only the frequency. Okay, only the frequency. And they had they have gone for only what I can say, they have gone for only the modeling. Of course, this is talks about the modeling, modeling for matching the output, and of course, this is a polynomial fit for having any modeling. Okay, they made it a very simple study. It's a very simple study. See, this is how you have to make the problem. I think now you understand how to make a problem for the startup. The startup needs a very basic problem. Why I am trying to say this, in many chemical companies, they don't have the instrument to check the quality of the chemical which has been coming out from the industry. It means that you have a very big factory of a photonic factory. You don't have any sort of any tool to check the quality of the chemical. It's not there. These are all the very basic thing. But of course, we think that when people go and search for any journal, they think that they want to change that idea. They want to make something with change of algorithm. It's not the thing. You have to make it in a real-time application. A journal has to be taken in such a way that it should be an idea where it has been applied, and that is the way you have to do. But we think in other way that how this algorithm can be changed. It means that if you have that type of particular idea, for example, you have an idea of changing your okay, now you have a changing of algorithm. You take a journal, okay, you see that changing of algorithm. Now it becomes like a product, a duplication of product. See, in that, how to see that journal, how the journal is going to approach the problem. If you do like this, what happens? There will not be any copycat. Okay, the startup copycat will not come. You have to see the journal for which problem this has been addressed. And this is the problem they identified. For that, they are trying to solve in this way. But we are not getting in this point, but in turn, we are getting into the solution part. And there we fail to bring out more startup. See, the journal has to be seen for which problem the person has given a solution. But we are taking the solution, we are making different solutions. It should not be like this. See, now I have spoken something about fisheries. Now, if you are been having that fishery idea, you cannot apply the same fishery for green leaves. Okay, it should not be like this. If you do that, it becomes a wrong way. In turn, you can make it in some other thing. It means that another thing, you can make the rice. Many people doesn't know which rice